I lost the love of my life because I couldn't stop partying and made a huge mistake with my best friend. I, 25M, need to get this off my chest because I'm spiraling. I don't know who I am anymore. And I don't know if I've just lost the best thing that ever happened to me. I was with my girlfriend Dana, 23F, for 2 years. She's beautiful, smart, disciplined, and has her whole life planned out. She's the kind of person who wakes up early, makes lists, studies like crazy, and still has time to be there for the people she loves. She's a straight A student, always talking about internships, networking, and her dream of working in the economics field. She's driven in a way I've never been, and I admired that about her. Meanwhile, I've always been me, a party guy, the kind of guy who's out every weekend at bars, road tripping to random states with friends, chasing the next good time. I've always been like this since my late teens. It's not like I ever hid it. When Dana and I started dating, I thought she liked that I was fun, spontaneous, social. But over time, I realized she wanted more than just a guy who's fun on the weekends. She wanted a partner she could build a future with, and I failed her on that. She tried talking to me so many times. She'd sit me down and ask if I could just stay home one weekend to study with her, or go to a library date instead of a bar crawl. She begged me to focus on my studies more seriously. She'd tell me how worried she was about me not having the same long-term focus she did. I'd always brush it off with something like, "I am who I am. You knew what you signed up for." I realize now how selfish that was. I loved her, but I didn't show it in the ways she needed. I thought loving her was enough. I thought she'd stay because she'd see I wasn't going anywhere, that I was committed emotionally even if my lifestyle didn't change. But love without effort isn't enough. I guess I should also explain my best friend Patrick, 24M. We've been friends since childhood. He's always been like a brother to me. Most of my weekends out involved him. He was my constant, someone who just got me. He's the guy I could drink with, laugh with, and talk about life with. Sometimes our group would go on hikes or camping trips, and it was just this easy, familiar dynamic. Meanwhile, Dana would stay behind most of the time, buried in her work, which I always told myself was fine. Then came the night that broke everything. We were on one of those camping trips, and everyone was drinking. By the time the fire burned out, I was half gone. Patrick and I crashed in the same tent. It wasn't unusual. We've done that 100 times before. Nothing weird about it. I asked him to pass me some snacks that were near him. Just something small, and then I don't even know how to explain what happened. Things escalated. Lines blurred. Before I knew it, we were doing things I never thought I'd do with another guy. I woke up the next morning with this pit in my stomach, like I just destroyed my life in one night. I couldn't even look Patrick in the eye. My first thought wasn't even about what it meant for me. It was Dana. Her face was all I could see in my head. I felt like I'd spit in the face of everything good she gave me. For a few days after, Patrick and I barely spoke. But eventually, we texted, and it was one of those awkward, "we can't let this happen again" conversations. We both agreed it was a mistake, a one-time drunken lapse, and we'd bury it forever. I convinced myself it was nothing. I told myself I was still straight, still in love with Dana, and that I'd just lock this away in a box in my brain. But then it all blew up. A few nights later, I was at home and Dana was there too. I jumped in the shower and left my phone on the table. I didn't think anything of it. She knew my passcode, but I never thought she'd have reason to look through it. I wasn't prepared for the reality that the truth would spill out like that. While I was showering, she saw some notifications pop up. She must have gotten curious, opened my phone, and read through the messages between me and Patrick. When I came out, dripping wet and still humming to myself like an idiot, I heard the front door slam. I panicked instantly, ran out of the bathroom and saw my phone lying face down on the floor. That's when it hit me like a punch to the gut. She knew. I bolted after her, yelling her name, but she was already gone. She had grabbed a bag with her essentials, clothes, her laptop, probably a few personal things, and just left. I tried calling, spamming her with texts, begging her to just talk to me, but nothing. Within minutes, I realized she had blocked me on everything. Phone, texts, socials, gone. Completely cut off. Now, I'm sitting here in our apartment alone, surrounded by the ghost of her. Her side of the closet is empty. The little notes she used to leave me are gone. Even the blanket she always curled up with is missing. It's like she erased herself overnight. And I'm in full panic mode because not only did I lose her, I don't even know how to make sense of myself anymore. I keep telling myself I'm straight. I've never been attracted to men. I've never thought about Patrick that way. But then why did I do what I did? Why didn't I stop it? Was it just the alcohol? Was it curiosity? Was it something I don't want to admit? I don't have answers, and the questions are eating me alive. At the same time, none of that even matters right now, because the only person I want is Dana. I love her. I always loved her. I thought I had time to grow up, to get my shit together, but I didn't. I took her for granted, and now she's gone. I don't know if she'll ever forgive me. Honestly, I wouldn't forgive me. I cheated. I broke her trust in the worst possible way. And to make it worse, I can't even give her a clear explanation that makes sense. If I were in her shoes, I'd block me too. I don't know if I should try to fight for her, show up at her place or her parents' house, or if that would just make things worse. Maybe I should just respect her silence and accept that I blew it. All I know is I'm drowning in guilt, regret, and confusion. And I can't stop replaying the sound of that door slamming. I lost her, and I don't know how to live with that. Comments and update. Comment 1. Man, I don't think you actually know yourself as well as you claim. You keep saying, I'm straight, but then you hooked up with your best friend. That doesn't just happen. At the very least, you might be more fluid than you realize, and that's not a bad thing. But denying it just makes it messier. Comment 2. You didn't just betray Dana, you betrayed yourself. You hid behind, I am who I am, when she asked you to step up, and then, when it came down to it, you crossed a line with Patrick. You really need to take some time to figure out who you are and what you want, not just in relationships, but in life. Comment 3. Honestly, I don't think it matters what your sexuality is. You cheated. Period. Dana has every right to leave. Focus less on labeling yourself right now and more on becoming someone trustworthy in the future. Comment 4. I feel bad for Dana, but I also feel bad for you. You're clearly lost. But numbing yourself with parties, drinking, whatever, it's not going to fix this. Therapy might. Comment 5. Also, what's the situation with Patrick now? Are you guys pretending it never happened, or is there something more? That's the part I'm curious about. Update. Hey everyone, I wanted to give an update because a lot has happened since my first post. First off, I did finally get to talk to Dana. After weeks of being completely blocked, she agreed to meet me for coffee. It wasn't some big dramatic scene. It was calm, almost too calm. I poured my heart out, told her how sorry I was, how much I regretted everything. She listened. And then she told me she forgave me. But forgiveness didn't mean we could stay together. She said the trust was gone, and she couldn't build a future with someone who hurt her that deeply. She told me she loved me once, but she couldn't be with me anymore. That was it. We said goodbye. I haven't seen her since. After that conversation, I went on a pretty bad drinking spree. Like days blurred together. I hit every bar I could, trying to drown the emptiness, but all it did was make me feel worse. Eventually, I realized I couldn't keep doing that, or I'd crash completely. So now, I'm just trying to pick up the pieces of my life, one day at a time. As for Patrick, yeah, we're still in contact. It's awkward as hell, but we've been friends for so long that cutting him off didn't feel right either. We don't talk about what happened. It's like an elephant in the room we both ignore. Sometimes I wonder if I should distance myself from him too. But at the same time, he's been part of my life forever. And no, I'm still straight. I know people in the comments think otherwise, but I know myself. What happened that night was a drunken mistake, nothing more. I don't want to be with men. I've never been attracted to them before, and I'm not now. I loved Dana. I still do. But loving someone doesn't always mean you get to keep them. That's the lesson I'm trying to live with now. Thanks for reading. Comments on the update. Comment 1. I respect that Dana forgave you. That shows she's a strong and compassionate person. But honestly, you need to forgive yourself too. Right now, you're stuck in this self-punishment cycle, and that's not going to help you grow. Comment 2. Dude, you keep saying I'm straight like it's some kind of shield. Nobody cares if you're straight, bi, or whatever. The point is you cheated. Own that. Stop hiding behind labels. Comment 3. You lost Dana, but maybe this is the wake-up call you needed. 2 years with a woman who was serious about her future, and you blew it by clinging to a party guy identity. Now's your chance to finally grow up. Comment 4. Be careful staying close to Patrick. That awkwardness is going to eat at both of you. Either address it head-on, or accept that the friendship might not last. Ignoring it isn't going to work forever. Comment 5. Honestly, man, I don't think you're ready to be in a serious relationship, and that's okay. Some people figure themselves out later, but until you stop numbing yourself with parties and alcohol, you're just going to repeat this cycle. Update. Thanks for all the comments, even the harsh ones. I think I needed to hear them. I realize now that for so long I've been hiding behind, this is just who I am. That was my excuse for not changing, not trying harder, not listening to Dana. And it cost me everything with her. I know a lot of you don't believe me when I say I'm straight. I get it. What happened with Patrick makes it look like I don't know myself, but I'm telling you the truth as I see it. That night was a mistake, fueled by alcohol, not desire. I don't want a relationship with Patrick or any guy. But I understand why people doubt me. What I do know is this. I loved Dana, and I ruined it. And now I have to live with that. I'm not going to lie. I'm still lost. I don't have a big plan or some inspirational turnaround story. Right now, I'm just trying to wake up every day and not run straight to a bar. Trying to focus on work, on school, on anything that gives me a sense of purpose. I don't know if Patrick and I will stay friends. It's awkward, and maybe it always will be. But he's been in my life since we were kids, and I'm not ready to let go of every piece of my past right now. So yeah, that's where I'm at. It's over with Dana, and it's my fault. All I can do now is try to become a better version of myself. Not for her, not for anyone else, but for me. Update. Months later. Hey everyone, it's been a few months since my last update, and I thought I'd check back in. A lot has changed since everything went down, and I feel like I've finally got some clarity. First off, I'm doing a lot better. I'm not going to pretend it was some overnight transformation. The first couple of months after Dana left were rough. I was angry at myself, confused about everything, and still trying to numb it all with drinking. But eventually, I hit a point where I realized I couldn't keep living like that. I'd already lost Dana, and if I kept going down that road, I was going to lose myself too, so I slowed down. I cut way back on the partying. I started taking my classes more seriously. For the first time in a long time, I actually feel motivated about my career path in automotive engineering. I'm still not some straight-A student like Dana was, but I've been consistent, and it feels good to actually see progress. As for Dana, we haven't spoken since that final coffee meeting. I think that was closure for both of us. I still think about her sometimes, and I'll always care about her. But I've accepted the chapter is over. She deserves someone who matches her. Energy and commitment. And at that time, I wasn't that person. Maybe I never will be, but at least now I understand what I lost and why. Patrick and I are still friends. Yeah, it's still a little awkward sometimes. I don't think that will ever fully go away. But we've managed to move forward. We never crossed that line again, and we don't talk about it. It's just one of those things that happened, and we've decided not to let it destroy a lifetime of friendship. As for dating, a couple of women have shown interest in me recently, but honestly, I'm not ready. I don't want to drag someone new into my life while I'm still figuring myself out. I need to be solid in who I am before I can give myself to someone else. I think that's part of what I learned from Dana. Relationships can't just be about feelings. They have to be about effort and growth too. So right now, I'm just focusing on me. School, work, my friendships, my health. Trying to build a foundation so that when I'm ready to date again, I can actually be the kind of partner someone deserves. I'm not going to say I'm proud of my story, because I hurt someone amazing, and I'll never forget that. But I can at least say I've grown from it, and maybe that's all I can do now. Comments. Comment 1. This is actually a really mature update. A lot of people crash and burn after a breakup like this, but you took responsibility and grew from it. Props, man. Comment 2. Still think you might be in denial about your sexuality, but at the end of the day, it's your life. As long as you're honest with yourself moving forward, that's what matters. Comment 3. Glad to hear you're focusing on school and work. Losing Dana sucks, but it sounds like it pushed you to finally get serious about your future. That's a silver lining at least. Comment 4. Respect for not jumping right back into dating. Too many people rebound just to avoid being alone. Taking time to figure yourself out is the smartest thing you can do right now. Comment 5. Dana's probably better off, but you sound like you're better off too. Sometimes it takes losing someone important to realize who you need to become. Keep going. Final post. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who commented over the last few months. Some of the responses were tough to read, but I needed them. They forced me to look at myself honestly. And that's something I avoided for way too long. I can't undo what I did. And I'll always regret losing Dana. But at least I can take those lessons with me into the future. I've grown more in these past few months than I did in years before. So, yeah. This will be my last post about all this. Time to move forward. Thanks again, Josh.